The Red Death had long devastated the country.
No pestilence had ever been so fatal or so hideous.
Blood was its avatar and its seal, the redness and horror of blood.
I saw it happen to my chambermaid.
You weren't in the same room.
Oh no, she had long been banished. I watched through the parlor window.
Oh, thank goodness.
She cried and screamed and bled out of, well, everywhere.
Gracious, how lucky are we?
Lucky are we what?
To be safe and sound in here, of course.
Her chambermaid bled out of everywhere.
Did she bleed out her eyes?
Oh yes. Hideous, I must say. Quite the sight.
Well, I suppose they don't call it the Red Death for nothing.
There was no Red Death in the court of Prince Prospero.
Pretty cheers for Prince Prospero.
Hip,
hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!
When his dominions were half depopulated, he summoned 1,000 friends from among the knights and dames of his court.
And there retired to the deep seclusion of one of his abbeys.
The abbey was surrounded by a strong high wall with gates of iron.
When the courtiers entered, welded the bolts shut.
There was no way in or out.
Did someone say my name?
We were just thanking our lucky stars, dear prince.
We're so thankful to be in here, not out there facing the...
There'll be no talk of death here. I command you all to be merry and light-hearted.
Yes,
Prince.
It's folly to think of what's even happening out there. What's coming up? The buffoons?
I hear the improvisatory starts in about 5 minutes.
Oh, wonderful.
My friends, the world will take care of itself. Bring on the players. Bring on the wine. Let us have nothing but merriment.
Huzzah!
It was towards the end of his 5th or 6th month of his seclusion.
And while the pestilence raged most furiously, Prince Prospero entertained his 1,000 friends.
My friends, I have an announcement. Tonight we will have a ball, a masquerade!
Huzzah!
Every room in the Abbey will have a different theme, a different shade, and a different place to play. Come, let us explore the rooms.
There were 7 rooms.
And in each room stood windows of stained glass,
whose colors matched the decorations throughout the chamber.
Oh, Prince!
The first room was hung in blue, and vividly blue were its windows.
Oh, Prince!
The second chamber was purple in its ornamentation and tapestries.
Oh, Prince!
The third was green throughout.
Oh, Prince!
The fourth was furnished and lighted with orange.
Oh, Prince!
The 5th was white. The 6th was violet.
Oh, Prince!
The 7th was shrouded with black velvet tapestries that hung from the ceilings and down the walls.
But in this room only, the color of the windows differed from the decorations.
They were scarlet, a deep blood color.
And the effect of the light that streamed through the blood-tinted panes
Was ghastly in the extreme.
Oh,
Prince! Prince, may I suggest that we begin a merriment in the violet room?
To the violet room!
And in the 7th room also stood a gigantic clock.
whose pendulum swung to and fro with a dull, heavy, monotonous clang.
And when the hour struck,
That came from the brazen lungs a sound that was clear, loud, and deep.
It caused the musicians of the orchestra to pause.
the waltzers to cease.
Aegidius grew pale.
Gracious.
The clock, it sounds so...
No, don't say it. It doesn't sound ominous.
Not at all.
There's nothing to feel nervous about.
Not at all.
Don't let the prince know how you feel.
Do you ever think that the prince is...
What?
I don't want to say.
Then you shouldn't say it.
Something mad for abandoning his dominions?
Some? I do not.
All you have to do is see him, hear him, to let him know how he's perfectly sane.
Dancing, dancing. We must have more dancing. Beat, beat, the heartbeat of life.
I hope the party never ends.
The dreams live.
3 cheers for the prince.
Hip,
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 hooray!
Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! What's happening?
Why has the music stopped?
Is something happening?
Before the last echoes of the last chime had utterly sunk into silence,
Many individuals in the crowd became aware of a masked figure.
Who had caught the attention of no single individual before.
Who's that?
Oh, look at his face.
the figure was tall and gaunt.
And was covered in shrouded clothes from the grave.
Look at his face.
The mask, which covered his face, was made to resemble a stiffened corpse.
The figure had assumed the Red Death.
The mask it looks like.
It's bleeding out of its eyes.
There's blood on his costume.
The Red Death.
How dare you? How dare you insult us with this blasphemous mockery? Seize him, for we may know whom to hang at sunrise!
But a certain nameless awe had found the whole party.
And none put forth their hand to seize the figure.
No one? How dare you? Death to those who invade our space!
The prince has fallen!
Get him!
Death!
Death! Why am I summoning the wild courages of despair?
A throng of revelers at once threw themselves in the black chamber.
They seized the figure
Death!
and gasped in horror at finding the corpse mask, along with the burial clothes, left for them without a body to cling to.
He's banished.
I have his mask.
Where is he?
He can't have vanished. He was right here.
Unless...
No, don't say it.
The prince has fallen. The spectre has vanished.
The Red Death.
Can't be.
The Red Death had came like a thief in the night.
We haven't escaped after all.
And one by one, the revelers dropped dead in the blood-tinted hall.
Is there no hope?
And one by one they died, each in the despairing posture of their fall.
None.
Darkness and decay.
And the Red Death,
Holds illimitable dominion over all.
Illimitable dominion.
Illimitable dominion. Illimitable dominion. Illimitable dominion.